Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to be talking about Edgar, who is going to be getting a rework, his FR and his BT weapons. And we're going to take a look at what changes he is going to be getting, and I'm going to let you guys know whether or not you should pull for his kit in the upcoming banners. So, do let me know down in the comment section below what your plans are going to be, if you are going to be pulling for Edgar or if you're going to be holding out for any future banners. Then feel free to let me know. And of course, if you guys do enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for future content. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. A big thank you to all of my YouTube members for further supporting the channel. I appreciate you guys greatly. If you ever thought about becoming a member of the channel, you can either click the first link in the description of this video or the join button below for details on what you can get for becoming a member of the channel. And a shout out to all of the members that you see on the screen right now. Instead of me shouting out only 3 members per video that I do edit, I am going to go ahead and start shouting out all of my YouTube members. So as you can see, I have a very good amount of supporters, and I appreciate everybody for the additional support that you provide to me and the channel. So we'll first start off with Edgar's rework. So his skill 1 now deals an AoE split HP attack 5 times. His skill 2 now deals an HP attack 6 times with 80% splash damage. His EX now deals an HP attack 7 times with 80% splash damage. His LD now allows for 200% stolen max brave overflow, grants 3 levels of his Bio Blaster command, gains free ability use on his next turn, and is instant turn rate. Now his Bio Blaster now deals an AoE HP attack 5 times that allows for 150% stolen max brave overflow. Now with Jesse as his partner, Edgar's FR deals an AoE ranged Brave plus an HP attack, followed by an AoE magic Brave plus an HP attack, and finally an AoE melee Brave plus an HP attack that ignores defense. Now his FR conditions are as follows: a 40% increase whenever a teammate deals melee, ranged, or magic weakness brave damage, and a 5% increase per debuff whenever a teammate attacks a debuffed target with a maximum of 40%. Now Edgar's BT effect lasts for 8 turns. When used, it inflicts the move and you're done for debuff for 1 turn. Now his BT effect provides the following to the party: a 50% brave damage up, 50% brave damage cap up, 20% HP damage up, 30% HP damage cap up. Now the debuff: after the enemy acts, it triggers the trap that cancels break status, inflicts break, then deals 6 HP attacks that ignores defense. It has a built-in 20% defense down and a 100% brave damage down / HP damage down. So let's talk about whether or not you should pull for Edgar. Now Edgar, I do consider him to be a great debuffer, great brave damage enabler, and overall his damage output is actually not that bad. So when it comes to the debuffs, he does inflict max brave down, defense down, poison, and then he has his own 2 specific buffs, which is the royal pressure debuff, which is a brave damage resist down, so you're going to be hitting the enemy for higher brave damage, and a brave sap depending on the amount depending on 10% of Edgar's max brave. The other one is going to be the weak debuff. Now this debuff is very important to Edgar because with this debuff, whenever you are attacking an enemy inflicted with this debuff with range brave damage, melee brave damage, magic brave damage, so as long as you hit them once with any of the 3, then you are going to be dealing weakness brave damage, and like you can literally hit them with all 3 different types. It will consider that as if like you are hitting them for that specific weakness brave damage of that brave damage type. So I do feel like with that specific debuff inflicted on the enemies, it's going to enable some much higher brave damage from everybody on the team. And then with the rework that he is going to be getting, I do consider his damage output for him being a debuffer to actually be pretty good. Like if you check out some gameplay, like you're going to notice that like his damage output definitely gets improved from what he is dealing right now on global. So the upgrades are very good for Edgar. Now for his FR conditions, they are very easy to meet with that weak debuff. Again, that weak debuff is going to be very, very important to Edgar and everybody on the team, especially if you're going to be using Edgar's FR as the main force time, because as long as you are dealing either melee, range, or magic, weakness, brave damage, you are going to meet the first condition. And then the other one is going to be, as long as you have 8 debuffs on the target that you are attacking, then you'll get another 40% increase. So in total, you'll get about 80 to 90% increase, depending on which abilities you use, and so on and so forth. So it's a very easy FR to meet said conditions. Now the BT effect, I'll be honest, the BT effect may not seem like it's all that to anybody, because like the BT effect like provides your party wide auras and whatnot. It does provide that that debuff. Now that debuff, it's a nice debuff so long as it is active on the enemy that you are attacking, because that debuff only lasts for 1 turn. So take example, like that debuff, like you can actually take advantage of it, especially if, let's say, the enemies are not going to be getting a turn or anything like that. At least you know that you can take advantage of what that debuff does offer. But whenever the enemy acts, that debuff does expire, which is a bit of a bummer. And I do wish that debuff would actually last a little bit longer, because like you can actually you can take advantage of the trap damage that specific debuff does. So like overall, like that, like just having his BT effect active while everybody else's BT effect is active as well, really all you're doing with Edgar is just the fact that you are just gonna be adding more party auras, or adding to the party auras that is already active on the team. So Edgar, what my honest opinions on Edgar? I do think that Edgar, he is a great 3rd slot support / debuffer. Support when it comes to that weak debuff, and the fact that he is able to increase the brave damage output for your teammates, and to be able to deal weakness damage is going to be a nice plus. The other thing is going to be that the debuffs and everything, I do feel like the debuffs are actually pretty good for what Edgar is able to inflict onto the enemies, and the fact that again everybody is able to take advantage of those debuffs. I do feel like he can definitely be like one of those type of characters where basically you are going to make it so that everybody on the team is going to hit much harder when it comes to like brave damage, which of course is going to equal to the amount of HP damage that you can do. Edgar's kit is pretty unique compared to a lot of the characters that we got going on, because like with the upcoming Shiva Spiritist, basically like how that fight is going to work is that you are going to have certain percentages where you are going to have to hit for 3 different types of brave damage: the melee, ranged, and magic. So with that debuff active on the enemy, it's going to be much easier for you to be able to deal with the requirement to basically continue on with the fight and not have to worry about not having that debuff active, which is why like Edgar is really good with this upcoming fight. If by chance you decide that you're not going to be pulling for him, then you can always use call abilities to be able to inflict the melee resist down, magic resist down, range resist down, so on and so forth. Like there are definitely ways to get around it if you're thinking about holding off on Edgar. Edgar does get reran later down the line with the latest 6 warrior quest that JP had about a little over a month ago, which I believe is area 8 or 9, whichever one of the two. But Edgar was actually a very useful character for that specific fight as well, because like we did encounter another fight which is extremely similar to what the Shiva Spiritist is going to be. So Edgar, in my opinion, is he necessary to pull? Not really. Like you can skip Edgar if you are fine with everything that you have currently, or what like some of the characters that you have pulled as of late. I think that with Edgar, like yeah, he definitely is able to enable much bigger damage for everybody on the team. You can take advantage of the debuff, so on and so forth. But I don't feel like he's like 1,000,000% necessary. But he is a very great convenience to have because of like all of the effects that he is able to provide to the party, being able to and all of the stuff that he is able to inflict onto the enemy. So I do feel like Edgar is like one of those type of characters where like when you want to use them, you can use them. He fits very well in a good amount of team comps, and he can definitely be of use depending on what fights going on, what team comp you're trying to do, so on and so forth. So Edgar, if you want to pull for him, honestly, I don't feel like you're going to regret him unless you are super picky on whatever it is that you are trying to get out of a character. That's totally on you. But in my opinion, though, like he is a good pickup, but he's not 1,000,000% necessary. So also, I do want to mention real quick, the other banner that is going to be dropping is the Luna Freya banner. Luna Freya, in my opinion, at most, if by chance you do not have her, you can go for and this is more so for newer players. For veteran players, more than likely you probably have her by now. But Luna Freya, at most, you can go up to her LD, so that way you can take advantage of her LD call ability, so that you can grant the user who uses her additional turns. If you're trying to set up, like, let's say for like a character that has a short BT effect of 6 turns, and you want to make sure that you get all of the 6 turns if you're trying to go into the BT phase. So at most, I would say you can go up to the LD to that point, because she doesn't get FR echoes or anything like that. She remains untouched so far. So but other than that, though, guys, it's gonna be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know if you're gonna be pulling for her or not. And if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for future content. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.